Hi, I'm Cassie Robertson, brand ambassador with Kenmore Professional, and today I'm here to talk about our new artistic collection, Hotel California, and two of the techniques that are in it, Malibu Tides and Hollywood Allure. So let's go over the agenda before we get started, and we'll get into everything that Hotel California entails. So today we're going to be going over the elements of design, which is Kenra's signature into hair color application. So it's like our way of breaking down how you apply these hair color techniques to everyone, and literally it makes them so much easier to use on every client at your chair because it's one principle and then you formulate it or you adjust it per client in your chair. We'll go over the Hotel California overview, like I said, which is Malibu Tides and Hollywood Allure. We will go over a demonstration, one or the other, maybe both, it depends. And then we'll go over the 5 easy steps to color formulation, our model application. We'll go through a model finish and group presentation, and then we'll close. So this is a pretty easy class, but I personally love these techniques because they're so easy to use on everyone, and they're really just easy to use in general, and it's a whole new technique that clients really get excited about anyways. So let's start by talking about elements of design. Like I said, elements of design are our signature guide to hair color application, which helps to support our 5 steps or less to color formulation, but it also helps to inspire us a little bit more to try new techniques on different clients, which I really love. So our elements of design usually have a foundation color, an anchor color, and an accent color. Our foundation color is what makes up 75% or more of the entire color formulation. The anchor color is the support color to the foundation color. It's usually 1 to 2 levels, either higher or lower, of the foundation color. And then our accent color, which is the color that emphasizes and draws the eye to create contrast. It can be a highlight or a low light. Again, these 3 things, you can add a couple colors and do more accents or more anchors, or I'd almost always do 3. But you can always glaze at the end and do another accent if you want to call it that, or we can call it a glaze or a toner. So the most important elements of design are the foundation, anchor, and accent. Okay, so let's now go over the Hotel California collection, shall we? I'm just going to read this to you because I kind of love the way it's worded, and to me, it kind of speaks to me. So, historically, California has served as a muse for all areas of the artistic community, including music, film, cuisine, fashion, and style. Known as the Golden State, California has become a global melting pot of artistry and inspiration. Now, I love that. I love that word for word because when we think of California, especially here in the Midwest, we think of the tops in fashion and in movies and in music and in all of that. So, to me, Hotel California really speaks volumes as to what's coming up and what's coming next. So our Hotel California collection kind of plays on that. The fact that California is the leader in new techniques and new everything. So let's go over the Malibu Tides application, I guess, which would be the next thing that we would talk about. Do we all know the difference between a weave, a slice, and a skip slice? I get a little tied up here. We all know how to weave. That's basic coming out of beauty school. And we all know how to slice. Do we know what a skip slice is? To me, a skip slice is a chunk highlight. To me, it's when you take out a weave, a slice, you have that whole piece of hair. If you go through that slice and just take out one small section of that sliced section, you get a skip slice, which creates a break in the pattern, which helps your foundation or anchor color to show through. Meaning that it's going to create a little bit more contrast than a slice would because a slice is thicker, or it would create less contrast than a weave because you get so many more repeating patterns in a weave. It's going to give you a lot more contrast. So a skip slice is a really fun little technique that we use sometimes. It's actually in a lot of our techniques. So I tend to want to play with it because it's really another different technique that people love. It's not as basic as a slice or a weave, but it's right in between. So, I'm totally reading. Let's talk about the Malibu Tide sectioning. In your color manual, which mine is way over here, in your color manual, you can see Malibu Tides down here at the bottom. There is a manual of how we're going to section. Now, I have another better example of how this is sectioned. This is actually just about ear to ear and then squared off in the back of the head. So within this subsection of the head, we will be doing our slice, skip slice, and weave techniques, which is more painting with the Malibu Tides than it is slicing or skip slicing. With the Malibu Tides collection, we have 5 formulas, which one is the foundation, one is the anchor. There are 2 accent formulas and a glaze formula. So like I said at the beginning, you can add or subtract accents sometimes. Almost always you want 1 accent. And then you can add or subtract the glazes as needed also. So to apply these, your foundation color would be anything that's pink around here. Your anchor color would be your B formula in here, which I believe is the slice, and then your accent color would be the skip slice. And this is broken up, the square on the head that we're working in is broken up into 4 triangles, and each of those triangles you're going to do a different technique in. The front and back triangles of this head are going to be painted, which we are also referring to as slicing in these. And the left and right triangles in this will be skip sliced, and you can foil right up to the head if you wanted, or you can diffuse that color into what you're putting on your new growth and kind of melt those colors together so you get this really beautiful turned out phase. Gorgeous. Moving on to our Hollywood Allure collection. Again, there's a diagram here of how you're going to apply this. I have found that I don't like the circle to be right up on the hairline like this photo shows. In my other diagram, it shows it back a little bit farther, and it's more, my hair's parting perfectly for this today, it's more like right here, which is really fun for people that like to move their part around, or for when their hair's up because they don't have any outgrowth, extra outgrowth right here. This technique has just 4 colors: a foundation, an anchor, an accent, and a glaze. Again, this is kind of how I like to do it. I get too deep into extra accent colors, and I tend to get a little lost when I'm messing with foils and painting and root break and blah, 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 blah. So I like just the 4 basics, and honestly, sometimes I don't even glaze because sometimes you don't need to. So on our Hollywood Allure collection, again, the pink section would be your foundation color. In this one, your accent would be the slice and skip slice. So you can kind of see right here, the skip slice and slice are kind of, again, if this little thing here is a circle, you're going to slice and skip slice just in this section. So think of it as like a little U-shaped piece that you're going to slice and skip slice throughout here with your anchor color. This will be, again, something that just plays on your foundation color and helps to add a little emphasis, but doesn't completely draw the eye. I have done my accent color through here also as something that's kind of hidden and brings out these really pretty pieces that just kind of lay on the shoulder. Love them. And when hair is waved, if you do your accent or anchor through here, when hair is waved, it creates these really pretty spirally pieces that creates a little bit more dimension. So I kind of like to say that it's your choice if you're going to accent or anchor in there. In the guide, it says anchor. Again, anchor is what complements our foundation color. And then we're going to go into our circle, and in there you're going to be alternating weaves and slices throughout the circle that you've carved out. And you'll be pivoting on a single base. And I know that this all sounds kind of crazy, but again, let's say this is our circle. I find it easier, and for myself, to cut the circle in half, find the middle of said circle, and put a slice on each side, and then go the same way the other way. That way, you can then alternate in between those foils with your slices, or I'm sorry, your weaves with your accent colors. So your slices would be your anchor, your weave would be your accent. And you'll see all this a little bit better when we're doing it on hands-on. Again, this is all pretty easy. I feel like this is probably one of our easier artistic collections, but it's got one of the more major impacts because there's the foundation, anchor, and accent, and we're also playing in the world of hair painting in this. In the Hollywood Allure collection, these sides down here, your slice and skip slice sides, you can paint those on instead of foiling those in, which gives you a lot more, I don't know, I guess dimension without the work of foil, which we all love because right now everybody wants their hair painted, so it's kind of worth trying. All of that being said, let's go into our five easy steps to color formulation. And you guys have all probably heard this through the DKC classes, which is Discover Kenra Color. In our 5 easy steps to formulation, there are natural level, desired level. I'm going to call it what volume we use because I'm stuck on the words that I want there. Your percentage of gray and your underlying pigment. So in these 5 easy steps to color formulation, excuse me, I am tongue-tied today. Number 1, determine the client's natural level. Number 2, determine what the client wants as their desired level. So like on the Hollywood Allure technique, their foundation color would be their desired level. Number 3, choose which volume you need to get you from natural to desired. Number 4, take into consideration how much gray they have and if any of it needs color, and formulate your color accordingly. And number 5, take into consideration underlying pigments. This is extremely important for our anchor and our accent colors or our accent colors. Because if we're lifting it all, we are going to be going through underlying pigment and then we will need to worry about glazes in the 4th or 5th steps with either of these techniques. So we will do a model demonstration and then we will talk about the after products, which is our prep layer finish and our color support products. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you.